I didn't realise how long it takes for men to come. I've been waiting and waiting. I've got some questions that I need to fire away about love, life, dating and relationships. It's like chivalry is dead and the etiquette of dating doesn't exist anymore. I just need someone to show me how it's done, to come here and come correct. We're finally here. Come Correct, powered by Fireaway Pizza. And yes, I'm back like I never left. If you missed me...
I'm Traploreross. I make documentaries about hip-hop history and gangster rap. Yeah, Chian seems like a nice girl. I met her at my live event with Academics in Castillo. You know, I did the live blind date. I actually won that, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping I'm in with a good chance today. But she seems like a nice girl, man. I'm gonna try and come correct, but you know what I mean? I don't know what come correct really involves, so let's see what she thinks. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm very well. Very, you know, nice settings. Taking me somewhere nice.
Yes.
It's good. This is good stuff.
Harry Potter? Is that you? Firstly, would you like a drink?
Yeah, I'll have a drink.
Okay, what would you like?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yes. Wait, I'm full fat Coke, right?
You know what? Most of the time I'll go full fat. It's like a treat. I'm not trying to have that every day.
Oh,
but sometimes if I'm going through a little bit of a busy spell and need a bit of energy, a couple Diet Cokes.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Cheyenne's looking good, you know. I feel like she's a little bougie, you know, she's a little fancy. I don't know if I'm maybe in her pay grade, but you know, she's looking good and excited to see how the date goes.
Right, so, well...
Cheers.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
Red Bull?
I thought that was whiskey.
No.
I thought you were having a triple.
Oh no, I'm a bit of a lightweight me.
I don't drink at all. Yeah.
Really, that's really good.
Yeah, I haven't drank in like 4 years. You know what, I feel like people always ask me like, why don't you drink? And it's not like one thing of like, I had a crazy bender and I'm an alcoholic, but it's just, I had a lot of situations, especially in my teenage years where I would be out with people drinking and everyone's drunk. And I would just feel like, I don't enjoy this. Like everyone's having a good time but me. And I just be like, why am I doing this? Like going to pubs and going to clubs. And then one day I just kind of clocked and I was like, you know what, I don't have to like fit in. I don't have to do what everyone else does. And I just stopped drinking.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're out and I'm like, why am I here?
You know what, I feel like in England, especially British people, there's such a drinking culture and it's such a thing of like, I'm drinking, so everyone needs to be drinking, let's all have a drink, let me put a drink in your hand. And I don't really rock with it, like, I'm not trying to be drunk all the time.
For real. No, I hear it, I rate that. I really rate that. So, tell me about yourself.
Well, you know, I make documentaries about hip-hop history, gangster rap, drill music. Gets kind of dangerous sometimes.
This man's into rap. Yeah?
But it's what I love to do, so it is what it is, I don't know. You into drill music?
I mean, well, not really drill, but I like rap.
Okay.
I like, do you know what it is? It's more, I love like a wordsmith. So I think it's so clever how like people play on words. So I definitely get roped in. I'm surprised I'm actually not married to a rapper.
You're surprised you're not I don't think rappers are very easy to marry, you know what I mean? I'd like to think like, for me, like what I offer a female is I offer kind of like that sort of hip-hop energy culture, but with a lot less of the fuckery.
Hip-hop without the fuckery? Where do I sign up? Yeah,
you know
I think
it's
it's perfect balance.
Yeah.
I think you could actually bring me the balance that I want.
We can listen to Youngboy, but you know what I mean? I'm not going to have 11 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
but
who do you listen to?
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill.
I'm
Damn.
a big Meek Mill fan.
Meek Mill. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You thought that was big? Come on.
No, listen, you don't understand. If you see the amount of videos I'm clipped in, just when it comes on, everyone knows it's like my song.
Meek slightly fell off though, didn't he?
Listen, Meek will never fall off.
Are you putting Meek top 5, or was that just who came to your mind?
No, I love, like, do
Meek's
you know
in
what it
there.
is? I think Meek's in there because I used to listen to him like when I was really struggling, so I really felt like I fucked with him heavy. Because I was like, I can relate, only the real can relate.
You build a connection, like when you're going through the struggle, like when you're in the trenches, the people you listen to, they're like your friends. Like you build these like parasocial relationships with these rappers, you know what I mean? Like I've got just hella people that I've listened to. Like I've never met Youngboy, but I feel like I know Youngboy.
Yeah?
I'm listening to Youngboy all day long, every day. You like Youngboy?
I haven't really listened to him too much, tough.
I can't lie, when she said she doesn't listen to Youngboy, that was a huge red flag. Might be time to lock it off already for that, but I'll give her another chance. Maybe she'll know a few Dirk songs. I might have to lock off this date right now.
I know, innit? Oh no, I was doing well.
No Youngboy. Can you name any Youngboy songs?
No, but I might have heard them.
That's crazy.
What's like a really like known one?
A really known Young Boy song. Ooh, probably like, what's Young Boy's most famous song? I don't know. I mean, there's hella songs like, I don't know, Astronaut Kid, Lonely Child, like these are just ones that come to mind.
I don't actually ever know the names of songs. So
Young Boy's got so many songs, like it's easy for you to forget the names. You just let Young Boy just wash over you.
Yeah.
Pause, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so no Young Boy.
Yeah, no Young Boy.
Anyway, sorry, no, I interrupted you. Who are your top 5?
Yeah, I can't think.
Give me Meek.
Right, okay.
I'll put you on the spot. It's hard when you get put on the spot.
I know, innit? Okay, I'll just say, this is really hard. Why am I struggling?
I feel like I've put you on the spot. It's not really fair because I'm ready to go with like a top 5 straight away.
You give me yours.
Number 1, Young Boy.
Yeah.
It's got to be Young Boy.
Of course.
Why be better than everyone? That's recent though. Used to be Lil Wayne was number 1.
Yeah.
Wayne was the top, then it was Young Boy. Got to put Drake.
Yeah.
It's like begrudgingly, like I don't really want to put Drake top 5, but like you're a fool to not put Drake top 5. You're lying to yourself.
Absolutely.
If you're not putting Drake top 5. Young Boy, Drake, Action Bronson's a bit more of a like conscious, a bit more of a someone a little bit alternative in there, and maybe Future.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he listens to Future.
I don't know if you'd be rocking with Future over the toxic masculinity.
But for a banger in the club, you're like, yeah, and then you're like, hang on a minute, this guy's weird.
Would you date Future?
No
No?
way.
No?
No.
She's saying she won't date Future. That's cap.
Do you think I'd date Future?
I think you would date Future. I think you'd all date Future.
No way.
If you had the chance.
I think if you're smart and see how he's behaved, you will not date Future. You could, if you met him on first instance, don't get me wrong, you would definitely get lost in the sauce because he does carry himself quite nice. But as soon as you get to figure him out, you can see what kind of man he is. So red flag he is. He is a walking red flag.
You know how they identify girls that are dating Future, right?
No.
Because they got APs.
What do you mean?
Because if the girl's got an AP, she's Future's. But if she don't, she belongs to the streets. You know that one, right?
No.
You'd date Future.
I would not date Future.
You'd defo date Future. I'd date Future, pause, but I would.
No, I wouldn't.
For the experience. You'd not, bro, you're lying to yourself.
No, I really am not.
You wouldn't date Future?
No. Which it slides in jail after seeing this, let's see. I'm like,
Hey, listen, if Future sees this,
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Future will come correct for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like girls want to talk a big game of just like, no, I wouldn't fuck with Future, but then when Future pulls up on you, it's a different story.
Nah.
Whole different story.
No, because you know what it is, I don't want to just be a number. Like,
Be a good number though. Pick a good number, pick a good
the
one.
hit list looking mad.
Yeah, it'd be a number above 68. Something. Anyway, yeah, Future. So you wouldn't mess with Future?
No, I wouldn't.
Have you ever messed with any rappers? Like,
Do you know what? It's not really my bag. I love, for someone that likes lyrics and stuff, that's what I mean. I'm surprised I haven't actually dated a rapper because I don't love the lifestyle, but I like their profession.
see, that's why that's what I was saying. It's like I feel like, you know, I've got all of the rap music kind of culture and folklore, but like none of the madness. It's going to be relaxed early nights.
Yeah.
No hitting the club. No, you know what I'm saying. None of the dirty Sprite.
Yeah, see, you could
Yeah.
give me a nice
No
little
alcohol.
life.
Yeah, you know, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he's like, yeah,
I'm surprised you haven't dated a rapper.
No.
That's shocking to me.
What got you into like this career?
Yeah, it's a weird one. A lot of people look at me and they're like, how is this guy like the most knowledgeable person about hip hop in the country? But it is what it is. But yeah, I come from like, I was born in Croydon. So, you know, a bit of the ends. But then my family moved to Bognor Regis when I was 5. Don't know if you know Bognor Regis.
I've heard of it,
In
but
Butlins.
oh, is it?
Heard of Butlins? Yeah, that's what's going down in Bognor Regis. That's pretty much it. Me and Butlins, that's what we got going on.
Okay, yeah.
So I grew up there, nothing going on, it was dead. Like, nothing hip hop about Bognor Regis. But I had 2 older brothers, they were obsessed with hip hop. Like, one of them made beats, one of them was a rapper. Like, so I just became obsessed with rap, like being this little kid in Bognor, just listening to Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Like, these guys are like superheroes to me. And so over the years, I just got super into rap. Started shooting like rap videos and like I used to make video content and getting into YouTube, wanting to do YouTube. And then one day a friend just said to me, he was like, you should make videos about hip hop, like this stuff that you're so interested in, you're so obsessed, you love hip hop, you love all the stories. And I was like, I don't think anyone's trying to see like a boring, nerdy white kid from Bognor Regis talk about hip hop, but it turns out they do.
It works.
And it worked perfectly.
For real.
Yeah.
Food. How do you feel? Do you feel, because you're like a nerdy white guy,
I know girls like the rappers, but I don't know if they like the rapper reporters.
do you think like anyone gives you that comments like the culture vulture, and if so, like what is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I get that all the time, endlessly. But the thing is, I've always said this I used to get that at the start, you know, culture vulture. People assume that I don't know anything about hip hop and I don't like hip hop and I'm just doing it for the clout. I'm just like, oh, hip hop's popping, let me just jump into this. But the reality is, like, I've loved this stuff my whole life. I eat, sleep, and breathe hip hop. I don't listen to other genres of music. Like, you throw on Oasis, I'm not trying to hear that. It's trash. No, like
Big up Wonderwall. Listen, Wonderwall, banger.
dead. Not trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it whatsoever. Literally, if it's not like 16 bars of fire with a hook and another 16 bars, like the way hip hop music, the way rap music is structured is just superior to all other forms of music. I'm not trying to hear any of that other dead music. So I only listen to hip hop. That's all I've ever listened to. And I feel like the proof's in the pudding. It's like if I'm some culture vulture who don't really care about hip hop, I wouldn't have stood the test of time. Like, I really care about it. I really put my heart into my videos and my research and telling the stories that I think are the most important like moments in hip hop history.
Mate, he's got a lot of drive. Someone definitely let Harry out the cupboard.
So I don't really listen to all the kind of culture vulture type comments, but at the same time, like, I'd always defend myself and say, well, look, I love the culture. Like, you can't really say that I'm not genuinely in love with the culture. Just so happens, I'm a dorky white guy with glasses.
Yeah.
But them's are the breaks. Like, I know what I'm talking about.
I think as well sometimes like industries and like the scene, when it has this whole culture vulture kind of conversation when it comes up, so I know it's happened to Ed Sheeran, but I feel like a lot of people need to realise, especially when you are speaking from like a person of colour, that people can be white and embrace culture, and it doesn't mean that you're jumping on something. It's like, because I'm mixed race, so there was unity between like black and white for me in my family and in my bloodline. So if everyone just thought, white people need to stick with their shit, black people with theirs, then there's no unity and there's no growth and learning. So that's why mixed race people are the best.
Well, no, exactly. But it's like, the thing is, it's funny when people are just like, this white guy in hip hop, and it's like, yeah, but like basically the biggest guy doing it is academics, right? Shout out to academics.
Yeah, innit? Shout out
like,
to Ac.
He's a black guy, he's Jamaican, like he's dominating this space. So it's funny, like people give it to me, like I'm friends with like Adam22, like, I chat to DJ Vlad a little bit, and it's like, you know, you got these white guys in hip hop, we get a lot of stick, but then it's like, there's incredible black people in this space, Charlemagne, academics, you know, just hella people, Blackie Speaks, Sean C, like so many good people in this space that are black. There's plenty of space for everybody.
Exactly.
Let's have a couple Hispanic hip hop historian guys in here as well in the mix. Like, why not? Let's just do it. But again, no one does it the other way around when they're just like, oh, there's too many black people in rap. Like, people don't say that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. I don't know. People just don't like seeing other people do what they're doing, like live in their truth, and is what it is. But
no, I agree. I think you broke that down really like perfect, if I'm honest. Because I think for me, just being a mixed person, I get frustrated when you do see when people try and call something out for what it is. It's not like you are being a rapper yourself. Wait, have you rapped?
I tried for a bit. It weren't working out. Man, she wasn't really trying to hear about my rap career, was she? Maybe I could spit a little 1-2 bars for her. Might change her mind.
But then it's like, but you stayed in the lane because this is your passion, and it's like, and it worked out better for you, so it makes sense. If you were completely disregarding like all the oppression, everything, then I can understand why it would be culture vulture. But you're embracing the culture, and plus, if you're just being ignorant and racist, everyone would have something to say. So you can't win.
I wouldn't last long if I was doing that. That would be crazy.
Yeah,
imagine being a hip hop historian, but you're slyly racist.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Not the one. Imagine. How could... That's the funny thing, though. I've said this to people before, though, and they're like, oh, this kid, you bet you don't even like black people. And it's just like, bro, how can I sit there listening to black people all day long? Like, imagine me being racist. Imagine, like, I'm some racist kid and I hate black people, and then I'm in the car, you're listening to Youngboy all day.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
No, but you know what? I'm not going to lie, yeah? They're racist. I'm from Essex, isn't it? So I come from pub culture where they like slightly love to hate you. So they're like, I like you. You're all right. You are. We let you in. And then you're like, what is that meant to mean? And they're like, yeah, this one's all right. Or they're like, you're pretty for a brown girl. So like, it's like those microaggressions of like, you're definitely being racist. You know, when they get home, they're like, oh, fucking hell, that or whatever. And you just think, okay, so I do see, because from the environment I've grown up, how people can embrace you but hate you at the same time. It's like that weird love to hate. But I don't get that vibe from you.
Well, I don't drink, so you won't catch me in the pub with the racists.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I need to get out of these pubs, clearly. I'm in the pub with the racists.
Why are you in the pub with the racists? What's that all about?
I like my local pub. It's really bad.
Is it like the lighter part of you that's like slightly a bit racist? You're trying to get in with all the racists, a bit of self-hatred going on maybe?
No, it's not self-hate. Do you know what it is? It's because I grew up, it's so messed up because I grew up in a white area. So but this is my environment and it's what felt comfortable, but it's only until as I've got older and I've started like finding my identity, because a lot of mixed race people have like a misidentity where they are confused on where they side, and truth is where you're most comfortable, because it has a big part on you have to pick one, but you really don't. But so I navigated through life only kind of being embraced by the white side. It was only until about 20, I was like, then I went the complete other way and I was so pro-black. And then even like the Black Lives Matter movement, I was just so aggressive with it that even like, remember Facebook, when Facebook was good?
Oh yeah.
Everyone unfriended me because I was just doing a madness. Like
Black Power stuff.
Yeah, like complete madness. And then I was just, it just went a bit crazy. But now I've got a good balance where I've embraced both sides because it's not one without the other. So.
Yeah, you know, you gotta accept who you are. You know, at the end of the day, like, you are who you are, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it should dictate what you're able to do. Like, I'm a white guy. Like, sorry.
So what's your type then?
You know what? I like all kinds of types. That's the funny thing. I think, you know, I've dated black girls, white girls, mixed girls, Asian girls. You know what I mean? I've kind of, I'm a people person more than like I like this sort of person. I know there's certain people out there that, you know, they exclude certain groups of people from their dating preferences. That's not really what I'm like, but I'm pretty open-minded. I'm about the person. Like, is this person a good person? Is this person principled? Like, can I catch a vibe with somebody and like have a deep, meaningful conversation with somebody? Because I would say, like, I don't know, I think maybe some people think I'm kind of intense. Like, I don't drink booze. I like deep conversations. Like, I feel like I'm that guy who like will go on a date with a girl and I'll ask really early, so like, what are you trying to do with your life? Like, what are your goals?
That's what you ask?
That's what I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God, we're fucked.
It's a bit off-putting, I don't know.
No, I'm the same.
You're the same?
Oh shit,
Okay, maybe this will work, okay.
So I'm just trying to work out, like, if it's like a white savior complex or because you saved me when we met on our date. Yeah.
That's
I'm just trying to work it out.
That's crazy. I feel like I didn't really save you. I wish I'd saved you.
Yeah, no, I feel like you did, and that's why now I'm just like, oh my God, he's here, yay.
You feel like I actually saved you?
Yeah, you did.
I
think, you know what it was? Because there was so much chaos going down. For those that don't know what we're talking about. So.
Yeah, we need to retell the story. So last time I saw you, we were on stage at the Academics and Castello live show.
Yeah.
And you were doing like a blind date event.
With you.
I was there, one of the contestants. Now, it was a little bit unfair because it was basically me, big me, and a couple nobodies. And the crowd, you know, I've been saying, it was a bit...
Everyone was cheering for you, and I felt bad for the other guys. It was like, oh.
But then out of nowhere, we had some waste man get up from the crowd. He clearly... So let me tell you my version of the story, and you tell me what your lived experience was. Because for me, I was catching a little vibe. We're doing this little blind date thing. I'm getting a little bit of limelight. It was quite fun. And then some little waste man in the crowd, drunk, shouted out, thought he was bigger than the program, thought the whole show was about him, and got on stage and hijacked the blind date.
Yep.
And it was kind of upsetting. I felt really bad for you because I actually felt like it was this drunk idiot that was kind of hijacking your show and your thing that you were doing, and like it was pretty annoying. Man, that was crazy how that guy like rushed the stage when we did our blind date. Should have punched him up, but not really trying to catch a case. It's like I had a bodyguard that night. I don't know if you saw, but he was not feeling this guy being on stage because I'm on stage. Like my bodyguard is off stage, but he's like keeping an eye on me, and he's like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah,
like that's not part of the program.
I don't know why I let him come on stage.
Yeah,
that was my first like live experience doing that. No.
The thing is, I could tell. I feel like I'd not really done live shows before, but I could tell you're trying to like see if it goes somewhere good. You were trying to get this guy on stage. I was trying to
be nice. This was my problem. And then, because he was engaging, I thought, oh, this is fun. This will be fun.
But then when he got on stage, it became very clear he was a dickhead.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
No, he really said. He was like, yeah, I'm here with my girlfriend. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked him about a question about a red flag or cheating. Then he was like, yeah, it doesn't matter because she's here. Or something. And I was like, oh my God, like, you can't say that. And then that's when it started going left.
It was embarrassing.
And then I brought her up on stage. Why did I do that?
No, but what happened was, he basically got in on the blind date. He was drunk and he was gassed up and he thought, I'm going to pull the host of the show because I'm the shit.
Yeah.
He was a waste man. He wasn't pulling anybody. He was wasting everybody's time.
But
in the process, he lost his girl. He got on stage, he was trying to chirp you up, and then his girl literally stormed out the venue. We witnessed a breakup in real time. Shit was crazy.
But that's why you then become the hero, because I looked around, everything was just chaotic. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Then I just look at you and you're just like, shall we wrap it up? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but then that guy was trying to grab some bottle, and then like my security come on and like kind of pushed him away. It was long. I felt bad. I felt really bad for you. After the show, I was like, he really ruined your little moment. Like, that was your moment.
I know. And I was just like, what the hell just happened?
It's drunk people, man.
Yeah. So this is why we go for guys that don't drink.
Well, I guess so. It's an option. You know what I mean? Do you drink?
I do drink. I don't say I don't, but lately I haven't been.
How much do you drink?
I'm not a big... Joe, it is because I'm a lightweight, so I can't be a big drinker because, like, I'm not joking, I'm drunk after 2 drinks. It's embarrassing.
See, I have this weird effect on people because I don't drink. I find that anyone I meet, when I tell them I don't drink, they're always capping, trying to be like, oh, I barely drink either. I barely drink.
Yeah.
And then I'll see them a couple of nights out, waved.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think I'm lying.
you're capping.
You think I'm lying?
You're capping. I'm not saying you're lying,
No,
but I'm saying this happens to me all the time. People are like, I'll tell people I don't drink. I haven't drank in years.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yeah, me neither. I barely
no,
drink.
listen.
I never drink.
No, I'm a self-proclaimed shot queen. Like, if you see me out and I'm drinking shots, yeah. But because a lot of my friends are Muslim, big up Soraya and the production.
You're moving mad. You're moving mad. You're talking about you don't drink much. But yeah,
No,
but I'm
but
a
I
shot
do.
queen. But then when I'm with my Muslim, when my Muslim friends are about, what are you talking about?
No, but what it is because lately I've found that I've gravitated to more people of faith, and so it's just kind of like seeing them and being around them, and we don't need to drink. I don't. But if I do drink, I can drink like excessively, and it's bad.
It's bad for you, man.
Yeah, it is
Cut
bad.
that down.
It's bad decisions
Cut it out.
sometimes.
Hang out with me.
Yeah, innit?
A couple Coca-Colas.
Innit? I'm here for it. Full fat. So tell me a bit about like you. Like, who are you?
Oh, no one's ever asked who I am. You know, this is deep. Feels good.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like honestly, like I'm a very creative person. Like I have a very big vision of like what I want to achieve and where I want to be. I feel like we're all living in like a really special, exciting time right now. There's so many opportunities. There's so many interesting things going on in the world to talk about, to look into, to be part of. And like, honestly, I just feel like blessed to be alive at this time in this space in the world. Like, I feel very lucky to be here and to be in this position. And like, I don't know, I'm a very motivated, very like self-motivated, very ambitious, creative kind of person, I guess. I don't know, can I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is like? It's a great answer, by the way. What would you say is the hardest thing you've ever experienced in your life?
The hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Wow, that's crazy. The hardest thing. It's sad to say it, but it's probably breakups.
Yeah.
I found breakups really hard. Like when I've gone through breakups.
Oh, he's definitely still hurting from that heartbreak.
I think, you know what it is? I'm very future focused. I'm ambitious, but part of that is I'm always thinking about the future. I'm always thinking about where do I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And I think when I'm in a relationship, I probably do get carried away. And I think I'm like, I'm going to be with this person forever. And I imagine I build this whole life in my head. And then when you have a breakup, it's sort of all goes away. And I've found that difficult. I've had a couple really tough breakups that I would say have been like really difficult patches in my life.
How do you deal with that? Because I feel, especially from like the male perspective, men don't talk about heartbreak enough because they'd be like, oh, just fuck it, fuck a new bitch. Like, how do you deal with heartbreak? Please don't say fuck a new bitch.
Nah, I mean, you got to fuck a new bitch eventually, but in the immediacy of the heartbreak, I ain't really trying to see nobody, because I feel like when you go through a heartbreak, when you're with your person, when you have your one and you lose them or you go in different directions, you're not trying to see anyone else.
Yeah,
like when I've gone through breakups, you just like, when I had my last breakup, I remember I was like, right, I'm gonna get back in these streets, get out there with some dates with some girls. And I went on dates and I was just like, these girls are boring. I'm not feeling them. I'm not got that spark like I used to have with her. Like, this is deep. Like, this is like, I'm not trying to hear from any of these people. So for me, when I've been through breakups, like, because I'm very ambitious, I'm very self-motivated, I focus on work. Like, I'm like, you know what? Forget about that. Let me do a big project. Like, let me do something really deep, something really interesting. Let me push myself and my career to a new level, to new heights, and really just like give my all to that. So I'm very focused on my career. I'm very like into my art and making documentaries and creating things that are really special and unique. So
I mean, talk your shit.
that's my top priority, even over a relationship. Like, to be honest, like I'm more focused on my art than my relationships. But
I'm glad you said art because it.
What do you think I was going to say?
No, because when people are, oh yeah, my work, but when you put it like art, I think it makes it sound more stronger in the sense of like, oh, just I'm choosing work, like money over bitches kind of thing. But it's like, this is my craft, this is my art, this is my passion, so you can't be mad.
Well, I mean, the money over bitches thing is interesting because I think it's like for a lot of men, you've sat down with Andrew Tate, you know, a lot of men, they have this idea of like, I need to become someone to attract the woman I want. Like, I'm a loser now. A lot of guys are losers.
Yeah.
They've got nothing going on. They're going to attract loser girls at their loser level.
Yeah.
They need to level up and do something with themselves, whatever that is.
No, but they get money and they're just even bigger losers because they're assholes.
Does happen.
Yeah.
Does happen. But a lot of people don't, money's like a magnifying glass, right? It just magnifies and accentuates the features that you already have. If you're already a bit of an arsehole and you get money, you become a super arsehole. If you're humble, you're a nice person, you're creative or whatever, I just talk about myself right now. But like, a normal person, I feel like the money just magnifies that, and it gives you more avenues to express yourself and to do the things that you wanted to do. But if someone's an arsehole, they're going to be an arsehole with or without money. So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think that you see that a lot with people like, oh, the money changed them, and it's like, the money didn't really change them, but it just leveled up their arseholeness.
Yeah, exactly.
To like super arsehole, where they could actually had the ability to do all of the horrible things that they maybe couldn't have afforded to do before. I don't know, but I don't know. Like, it's difficult when you talk about like going through like those difficult things in life, because it's like, it's the hard times that make you, it's the pressure that makes a diamond. So it's like, I wouldn't be who I am today without having been through a lot of things, tried a lot of things that didn't work, spent time with a lot of people who didn't turn out to be the right people. And like, that's part of your journey, that's part of your story. So you got to have the pain with the pleasure, I guess.
Absolutely. So do you find like, because you're like really big in this field, how do you deal with like, would you call it like fame? Because I feel like when you do documentaries, I think you get the best balance where you get the light of everything, but then it's like you still get quite a chill, calm life, if that makes sense. Because like rappers and stuff have a crazy lifestyle. So you have lifestyle without the madness.
I've got a very unique situation,
Yeah.
because I don't know, my fame, it's a bit weird. Like, I live in the UK, but most of the people that follow me are in America. So like, I'm quite low key in the UK. I don't get recognized that often. It's not too intense. I don't do a lot of UK stuff. But when I go to the US, when I go to LA, it's crazy. It's lit. Everyone knows me, and it's really intense, and everyone's trying to get me to this and that and the other thing. But it's a little bit like, I'd still see myself as just that kid from Bognor. So it's like, the idea that I'm gonna go to LA and everyone's trying to hang out with me and all this madness is going on, I still can't really wrap my head around it. So I like to do a madness for a couple of days and then kind of come back to my humble existence. Like, I'm very low key in real life. I don't go out partying. I don't do anything crazy. I'm focused on my work and like spending time with the people that matter to me and that kind of thing. Yeah. But what I do, it's got its downsides. Like, I do a lot of gangster rap, drill kind of stories, and that comes with a lot of dangerous people.
Yeah, so something you're not scared. Like, if you're doing these kind of videos and find out this information on people and essentially like exposing situations for the reality of what they are, you're not scared that like people come after you.
Yeah, a little bit. I've got a few situations going on, but it's like I said before, it's like it's the pressure that makes diamonds. I feel like for me, some of the biggest challenges that I've had with like my business or with my work, or like people trying to stop me putting videos out, or stop me talking about them, or get my videos taken down, or saying they're going to kill me because of something I've said. Yeah. Like, that's part of it. That controversy is what makes people interested in what I'm doing. And when I drop something and 1 million people see it, there's always going to be a group of people that don't like it, or don't like me, or want to stop me, or whatever that is. So that's part of it. But at the same time, it does make things difficult. Certain situations, I might need security, might need to move a certain way. Yeah. There's definitely certain places I shouldn't be going.
Yeah. But here you are, doing
part
documentaries in the end.
This ain't too bad. This is all right. I don't feel too. I feel pretty safe here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite all right here.
It's all right. I won't bait out where we are, but it's. I feel it's pretty calm around here.
Yeah, it's super safe here, to be fair.
Yeah. No, it's all right. But yeah, it's. I don't know. There's an element of excitement to it. What I do is dangerous, but I like doing it. I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared of people.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like, I'm not hiding in the bushes outside people's houses, trying to work out what crimes they've done. That's not what I do.
Yeah.
I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about things that have been in the news. I'm just telling a story of things that are already out there. I don't get inside info. I don't get secret info on people. So when people come at me and they're like, oh, I can't believe you're airing out all this stuff, and like, that stuff's out there.
Out there, it's public information.
I'm just a good storyteller, and when I tell the story, a lot of people pay attention, and that's what it is. But in the long term, it's funny, a lot of people that have said, we don't like you, or we're going to kill you, have come back around later on being like, we kind of respect you, maybe we want to do an interview with you now.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people have benefited from what I've put out there about them. It's sort of like, I get a lot of people that are upset at the start. They're like, oh, I can't believe you put my business out there. And then a few weeks later, they're like, oh man, streams are kind of looking lit now.
You're in it, thank you.
So yeah.
Here's my invoice.
You know what? Yeah, I should start invoicing.
Yeah, you should.
Right, yeah.
Would you say you're a thrill seeker then?
Nah, I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm very boring. I don't really like to take risks. I'm not a risk taker.
Really?
But I'm also not scared. Like when it comes to what I do, like I have a passion for what I do, so I'm not scared. I'd never let anyone tell me I can't say anything, I can't speak on something, I can't put something out that is not saying it's my truth, but it's like I've looked at the story and that's how I see it. I'm gonna call it how I see it. So I'm really not scared, but at the same time, I'm not a thrill seeker or a risk taker. I'm not going to hang out at the hood on my own for a laugh.
Yeah.
For a risk, but I'm gonna go there and get the job done if I need to do it for a project. But I'm pretty low key. I don't really like to take risks. You wouldn't catch me like riding a motorbike or like bungee jumping or something like that. I'm quite my day-to-day life. I feel like I don't know. Maybe because what I do is risky enough. I feel like let's just chill out for the rest of the time. Yeah.
No, I hear it. What do you want out of life?
I want to build a legacy that I'm really proud of. I want to use the limited time that I've got here on this earth to leave something behind that I think really helps people understand what was going on. Like at this point in time, 2024, I want to create stuff that people look back when I'm gone and they'll be like, that helped me understand what was going on. That made me feel what it was like to be there at that time when that mad situation was going on, or, when this album came out, what were people feeling? So like, I'm really about creating things that people will remember.
Yeah, I like that. Legacies. Good one.
What about you?
Mine's probably the same. I think mine's probably more, I care about how I make people feel. I always believe that you should leave people better than how you found them. So I like to value my actions. So I think that's what life is for me, being able to just leave a good impression on people and leave a good footprint. So yeah, not dating loads of men.
I
mean,
mean,
it seems to be.
this is the wrong show if that's not one of your goals.
I know, innit? I'm just like, I'm in the wrong business.
No, it's cool. You probably get to meet like lots of interesting guys from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like has even just doing this show or your real dating experience, like has it left you kind of jaded about men? Because I think a lot of women that date a lot of guys, they do have their whole men are trash kind of view.
Yeah, I'm saying it with my chest. Men are trash, apart from the ones that come correct.
And as a man, when people say men are trash, it's kind of like, oh man, I guess I'm trash, like shit, like, that kind of hurt. But like, how has all your dating experience made you feel about the male species?
Do you know what? I think when I first started doing this, and I really started to think, oh my God, men are trash.
Yeah, it's crazy she's saying that all men are trash. I feel like just the men she dates are trash. She ain't met me yet.
But it's even now coming into it this season, it's like, instead of just seeing the negatives of it, it's like, hang on a minute, if the common denominator,
Denominator, yeah.
in this situation with what men are saying, it's like they're all saying the same thing. So it's kind of like, and I've had probably about 30 guys on the shows that I've done and I've interviewed. So it's kind of like, if they're all preaching something similar, then maybe we should actually listen to what they're saying and we can learn from that. And the more I realise, it's like a lot of men do want a similar kind of lifestyle when it comes to their women, but I feel like men in today's society aren't at a level where they can make those demands. Like, I don't think men are protectors and providers. Like, they're busy warring with people on the internet. The fact that men want to be protectors and providers and they're atting me in my comment section, tell me what is grown about that. What makes you a protector out of that? There's nothing. And I feel, I guess with that, it makes me kind of dislike men a little, but I'm smart enough to know that not every experience will be the same. Not every man is the same, and it's about how someone treats me.
That's really interesting. I feel like the trouble is, I feel like you probably get a bit of a skewed view of men because you're having, at least in terms of the show, but I'm sure the men you've dated, I don't know the men you've dated, but like, you're probably getting a very biased subsection of men, even just men that have like some sort of social media fame or clout. People get. I rewatched your date with Tate the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching that, and like, a lot of time has passed since then, and he's caught his case, and all of this mad stuff's happened. And I was just kind of watching that, and I was just thinking, like, some of his opinions are mad, like outrageous.
Oh yeah.
Like even
extreme.
Certain stuff. To be honest, I rewatched that interview. I was like, he's low-key snitching on himself in this interview. Like, I don't know if you remember some of the stuff he's saying about taking all the money from the girls' OnlyFans and stuff like that. I'm thinking like, bro, you got a case right now. That's not a good look. Like, you're like one of the guys out of one of my videos, to be honest.
Literally.
Yeah, but
next video pending, yeah.
Yeah, but also like, I was watching that and I was also like, the thing with Tate and a lot of these extreme men that you've sat down with, or people that I find entertaining, but I don't necessarily agree with everything they say. You know, people like Sneeko, or like Myron, or like all that kind of thing. But it's like it's a very biased set of men. Like I feel like my actual opinions on dating probably be very different to theirs. But
What's
like,
yours?
well, it depends what you're asking me.
Well, what is your thoughts on women in general?
Hate them, you know. Oh, no, I'm joking. That's what they be moving like though. Some of these guys, they literally act like they hate women. That's the thing that bugs me out. People moving like they hate women. I love women. Women are fire.
Yes, women are. Come on. Is he just telling me what I want to hear though? Yeah, innit?
Like,
yes,
what are you talking about? You don't. She can't go out with her friends and stuff like that. Like, you're moving crazy. But like, what was the question?
It was about how do you view women when it comes to like dating and in general?
I mean, I rate them highly. I view them very positively. Good. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's like.
But I guess does that go to like your experience that you have with women? Because I guess when they're chasing this kind of when their life is all about clout, fame, and everything like that, so they are going to attract a certain caliber of women. Like, let's be real.
Okay, tell you what, this is the way I want to put it, because it's so funny. When I rewatched the Tate interview, I know everyone says that he's this real high value man, but all I could think when I was watching that was just how insecure this guy is. Like, when he's talking about absolutely no way that the woman can be out at a club with her friends. No way you can have male friends. I'm like, this guy's so insecure. You've been hurt.
Yes, tell him. Yes, big man.
Like, you've clearly, a girl you've been dating's gone out to the club and done a madness on you.
Yeah.
And like...
She cheated on him,
and you're basically licking your wounds from whatever this is. Like, just mad insecure. I feel like if you're a successful guy, you're comfortable in your own skin and you're secure because you know you're the man. Like, I'm not saying I'm not top G, but like, I'm the king of my castle. You know what I'm saying? I'm the man in my own way. I'm the man I want to be. I'm not the man they want to be or he wants to be or someone else wants me to be. And so it's like, I'm secure. If I'm with a woman, she wants to go out and party, like, it's not really my issue. But then if she's out doing a madness, I'm just not going to be with her. And it's not even, that's not like some difficult heartbreak, like, oh, she's out with guys. It's just like, you're out doing your thing, fine. But also, if you're out getting off with a bunch of guys, then I'm just not going to see you again. Like, that's mad. So, I don't know, but it's just interesting. I feel men these days are so insecure, and this whole alpha male thing is just so backwards. Because I feel like if you really are a G, you're not bothered about next man moving to your girl. Because you know, if she does that, she's taking an L. She's losing you.
Facts.
You're as academics would say, you're the prize. Yeah. If I'm the prize and you want to go out with your girls, cool. But like,
I thought I was the prize. We both can't be the prize.
If you're cheating on me, you fucked up, basically.
Absolutely. No, I hear it.
I don't know. That's kind of how I see it, but I think there's just a lot of insecurity these days with men.
No, I agree, and I think it goes to show. Like, I think because when you look at you, you're quite like nerdy, like quirky white guy, and then if you do put yourself next to someone like Andrew Tate, that's very like in the gym, fitness, and like all like alpha and energy, it's different because, like you said, it's like when that confidence comes within, I think it speaks about volumes. Like, you don't have to be the loudest in the room to get the attention. And to be honest with you, people always think I cap, but it will never be the loudest person in the room that gets my attention ever. So,
you know, it's like peacocking. You know what I mean? These guys, they're big, showing off, but it's just kind of like sometimes it's the strong, silent type. The person who's not being flash and loud that actually has something to say. Because they're not trying to talk all the time.
Don't need to prove a point.
That's how I feel. Like I don't feel like I've got anything to prove. Like if I'm not going to try and impress somebody. I don't feel like there's anyone I need to impress. Like I'm not out here trying to impress people. Or like, got to let everyone in this club know. Yeah. But that's the thing. That's
spending 10K on bottles and popping them. And like,
oh my god, it's so dumb. That's the thing. It's just like, bro, it's the amount of things you could have spent that money on.
Yeah, facts.
And the thing is as well is like, I'm quite modest with my money. I don't even like being crazy flashy like that either. I feel like it's just, you know, money. You know, I know some people say money can't buy you happiness, money can buy you happiness, but it's just like money ain't really the be all and end all of life, you know.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make a good man money, and it doesn't like make a good life. It can definitely improve life, it's a magnifier, but yeah, just a lot of insecure guys. But yeah, people going out, blowing money, spending 10K, buying tables, it's such a waste of money, it's dumb. Yeah. I don't know why people do it.
Yeah, it's not.
But you know what it is? It's like people... I remember I was younger, I was probably like 18 or something, I went to one of these nightclubs, jokes, I went to one of these nightclubs where everyone's popping bottles of the sparklers and all that stuff, and like I was chatting to some girl, and something happened, and basically like her friend came and got her and was just like, Anthony Joshua's over there at that table, and then just everyone leaves and floods over there.
What?
And I'm just like, oh man, but I remember in that moment just being like, bro, who cares? Like, who even cares? And like, I'm not trying to be over here spending 10K, like Anthony Joshua's in this club spending money trying to impress these chicks. And it's just kind of like, what a waste of time. Like, why am I even here? I should be, he should be in the gym working out. I should be at home working on a video. This is all a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, innit?
Why are we even doing this?
Yeah,
but for some people, like standing on a couch in a club and having a bottle of Grey Goose is like the be all and end all. And also I feel like that's because if you've got nothing going on, no personality, and actually having a genuine down to earth conversation with a girl is not going to work for you, I guess that's your only option. Bottle of Grey Goose on the couch in a club.
Yeah, innit?
Like, you've always got that to rely on, but that's definitely not me.
And you split the bottle price with your boys, innit?
I don't even know how they do it. I don't even want to be in them places. It's too loud, too late at night. I'll be in bed by then.
No, I hear it. What is your thoughts? Have you ever suffered with mental health?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
suffered from some pretty low times.
Yeah.
Like, before I was doing YouTube, like I've gone through a lot of ups and downs in my life, whether it's like hard breakups, like having trouble with business, like family trouble. Like I've seen people in my family go through really hard times. So I've struggled with my mental health at times. And then with the YouTube and the fame and the success and the pressure, that's definitely put me in some low points. But then there's also a lot of high points. I'm very grateful to be in the position I'm in. But again, and not to make it all back to your old interviews, but like chatting, someone like Tate talking about depression isn't real. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, that's just bollocks.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think it needs to be a conversation that's had, because I feel like I do hate the whole man up like conversations, because ultimately it's like, what do you mean by man up? Because emotions are real, and it's like essentially all this aggression. I think that is an emotion, so deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like, man up, like, just man up out of your depression. Like, I don't rate that at all. But I've been there, I've been in dark places, and at the end of the day, you do have to pick yourself up out of that place. I'm not saying depression's not real. I'm not saying man up. But if you're going through those hard times, if you've hit your rock bottom, at a certain point, as a man, you've got to make a decision to pull yourself out of it. You've got to sit yourself down and go, you know what, I need to start seeing things a little bit more positively. I need to get out of this dark place, and no one's going to do it for me. Like, I've gone through that when I've been in a relationship, going through like a period of depression, and it's like, it's all well and good if you're leaning on your other half, like leaning on your missus to lift you up and get you through a hard time. But at the end of the day, like, only you can get yourself out of that hole. And it's really a case of like, men should feel okay talking about their feelings with other people and saying, like, I'm going through some shit right now. Like, I'm in a really dark place. Like, I need support. I need help. But, for guys that are going through that, at a certain point, it's going to come when you're going to have to say to yourself, like, okay, like, I'm done being depressed now. Like, I know it's not that easy, but it's like, I'm going to start looking at things more positively. I'm going to get in the gym. I'm going to work on that project, build my channel, build my business, whatever it is, because only you can get yourself out of it. Only you can bring yourself forward. And like, it's real out here, man. Like, life's difficult. Like, whether you're a guy or a girl, it is really, really tough out there. People go through stuff. They lose people. Yeah. They lose businesses. They lose things that they thought were their everything. That shit can just disappear the next day. And like, that's not easy. A lot of people want to act like they go through like the worst times and just be like, yeah, just firm it. It's fine. But it's like, you're not. And that's okay. Like, you should be able to admit that everyone goes through hard times, and like, everyone needs a hug every now and then.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs a friend.
I love a hug.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Sometimes like, sometimes just like a kind word or like a hug to a friend that's on the edge, that can,
need it.
Sometimes that can save somebody. You know what I mean? I've been in places like really low, dark places, and it's just the kindness of one or two people, maybe people that you didn't even think were like fucking with you like that. And you're just like, man, like, you reached out, like, you could tell I was going through something and reached out and showed me love, or like looked out for me. And it's like them people that you really remember, people you're like, I didn't even think this guy really rocked me. Like, it's so random. Like, I've gone through times when I've gone through really hard stuff. I try not to like go like bleeding heart on social media too often, but there's been a few times where I've been on Instagram just been like, I just can't deal with this anymore. Like, I'm so stressed with this thing. Like, there's been people, like, last people you'd expect, I'm not going to say, but like literally rappers that I look up to that I'd never even spoken to reach out and be like, show me love and be like, bro, it's all good. Like, if you need to talk, like, crazy. Just people really make a difference to you, like other YouTubers, or like, I don't know. So like, I'd always say to people, like, check on your people, like, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know whether a kind comment that's like nothing to you right now, that could be everything to somebody.
It needs it. I think the world needs more kindness, but I think sometimes it's that whole feeling seen. Because I think when you are going through a madness and you feel so misunderstood, and I know that your mind can play tricks on you where you feel so alone. Like, I know when I'm going through madness, I've got like the best friends that anyone could actually ask for. Like, they are earth angels. But when I'm going through madness, I will isolate myself. I think I'm alone. I become a bit of a victim, if I'm honest. But then I'll shut myself away. And then I actually think like the world hates me and everyone hates me. And then it'll be a friend that'll be like, try and pick up your phone, bitch. And then I'm like, oh my God. And then they'll send me a beautiful heartfelt message and stuff like that. So it's kind of like that whole, when you feel like nobody noticed and when they see you, and it could just be like a quick, simple message from a random person. You're like, wow, that I needed that.
Yeah. And you got to pass it on, you know, it's like, I've had people really show me love when I've been at a really low point and probably meant nothing to them. And at the same time, like I try, you know, I just try and lift people up. I try and show positivity if I know somebody's going through something, or even if not, and I see somebody's doing something that I like, or, you know, I just try and show people love and give people that, just that energy. It's just like, we're all just putting out energy, you know, we're all just exchanging energy and vibrations and stuff like that. I don't know. But like, yeah, it's, you know, life gets real, man. Like it's tough. And, you know, even whether you're in a relationship or you're on your own, like both are difficult. Like I've been in that situation where I've been in a relationship and I've been really depressed. And it's like, oh, I'm not trying to bring them down. And you do, like you just said, you isolate yourself and you're like, you know, I don't want to see that. I don't want to bring this energy around anybody. And it's just, you just spiral, you know? So yeah, that's not a place you want to be.
It's a hard one. So I'm going to bring it back to like your work. So when it comes to like being relatable and stuff, do you find it hard getting people to kind of understand or even hear you? I know obviously you've got like over 1 million subscribers, so it's not the case of your audience, but when it comes to you walking in a room and kind of having people respect you for the work that you do, like people that don't know you, do you think they come with this bias because it's kind of like you are white and there is like a white privilege in the world? And yeah, so do you ever feel that?
To be honest, I get so much love in real life. I get so much hate, not even so much, the majority of the energy that I get online is positive.
Yeah.
People rock with what I do and I'm very grateful for that. But then I do get the hate. I get the culture vulture, or just, you know, trash, we don't like what you're doing, or whatever. Video is too long, any amount of criticism that I can get. But it's like, you know what it's like. It's so easy to fixate on the negative and just you forget all the positive, you know, 900,000 positive comments. Like 100,000.
And you see the one negative.
One bad thing, and it hits you right where it hurts as well. It'd be like for me, it's like if I get something wrong in a video, even if I pronounce something wrong, and then I'll just be like, oh, you got that wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's just like, oh, it hurts so much.
Yeah.
But honestly, like in person, I've had nothing but love, mostly love. Like, so I basically do these like motivational talks like in prison, where I like go to prison and like chat to guys about making content and like other things that they could do. I didn't think prison would be the thing that got me a second date, but she's down to come in. I have to take her in there with the members.
Probably not a prison.
I mean, maybe that'd be crazy. We might have to set that up. That'd be insane. I've not done it, but I know that there's a women's prison where they sometimes do these talks.
Now listen, men are my fans. I need to come to the men's one.
I think they'd love you in men's jail for sure, but maybe a little too much. But yeah, it's super interesting. But I can't remember where I was going with this. Well, the point of what I'm trying to say with that is. It's like, you know, like I go there, like I'll go to a prison and I'll just get an insane amount of love. You still even get a few negative comments everywhere, like, oh, I don't like the way you do this or whatever. But like in person, I feel like people do really respect what I do. And I'm very grateful for that. Like people show me love, you know, especially when I go to the US, people really respect what I do. But I've earned that respect. Like I'm making these 4 or 5 hour documentaries. No one else is doing what I'm doing. I work so hard, like, realistically, I do grind. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's super easy to make a 6-hour Youngboy documentary. That's not easy. Like, that takes a lot of effort. And thankfully, I'm one of these people where I put the effort in and people see it, and people say, we see the effort you put in and we respect it and we appreciate it. You know, there's a lot of people that are successful on social media. They've taken shortcuts and they don't get respect. I feel like I've really had to grind. Like, every subscriber I've got, I've really had to grind and impress and like make these people a fan of me. It never really came that easy to me. So it's mostly positive, and I do mostly get respect, to be honest. Like in person, when I walk in a room, like, and they know what I've got going on, like it is, you know, it is usually respectful and admiration. You know, it's mad. Like, to be honest, like a little bit of me, like I'm still that guy from Bognor. Like I'm still a bit like, when I go to LA and people are like, oh, you rate what you do, love your videos. I'm like, damn, like you like my videos? That's crazy. Like, even when I go to prison, like, I'm like, how do all these guys in prison know my videos? Like, this is crazy, but they do, and they rock with me, and I'm very grateful for that, honestly.
No, I love that. Do you think, like, with a lot of experiences, do you think you'll ever be able to like really relate? I know you do all the research, but when it comes to like, because I think for something to resonate, it needs to be an experience. Like, do you think you can really relate?
I don't think I could ever fully relate, and that's just the honest truth. I cover a lot of like very negative stuff, like violence, death, you know, gang lifestyle, like kids getting killed in the crossfire.
Yeah.
I try and empathize, and I really do try and put myself in their shoes. And like, honestly, it does affect me. Like, I've seen so many clips of people getting shot and killed.
Yeah.
And, you know, that like has an effect on me. And like, you know, I try and cover both sides of the story. I try and put myself in those shoes. You know, I've seen so many clips of like mothers crying after their like sons have been killed
murdered,
in the gang war or whatever, or caught in the crossfire. And like, I'm not going to lie and say I know what that feels like, but I try and, like, I don't have kids, but I try and put myself in the shoes of like a mum that's lost their kid. Or, you know, you talk about FBG Duck's mum's lost 2 kids to this gang war and another kid to a house fire. And I try and put myself in the shoes of somebody like that. It hurts, you know, and it moves me, and it makes me feel like I could never feel her pain for losing the kids, but like, you know, I've seen so many videos of people getting killed, rappers that I like getting killed, and it affects me for sure. And I could never lie and say that I know what that feels like to lose a kid or to lose a friend to the streets. Like, I've lost people in my life, but not like that.
Yeah, through that.
And so I would never cap like, I know what that's like, or, oh, I've done so many gangster stories, but like, it definitely does affect me. And you want to talk about mental health, like the type of stuff that I cover day in, day out, like it does affect me. And I do find myself feeling like, man, some days I'm just like, I can't read about another kid getting killed or like another.
Do you think like
that?
Doing the research that you do you think it then starts to make you desensitized to trauma? Because it's now like, if you're every day seeing videos or tuning in, and it's kind of like, it's really heavy.
I think on a day-to-day basis it does, because every other day there's a new murder on camera. And I think we're living in a really messed up time right now where nearly everyone that gets killed is getting killed on camera. Talking about King Von, Mo3, FBG Duck. Like these are guys, like these are people I looked up to and love their music. Like music's everything to me. You know, King Von, like even though me and him had a little bit of an issue when he was around, but
he had problems with King Von.
Even so, I was a huge fan of his music, and when he died, and then I'm seeing him die on camera, fucks you up, you know. And it's like, you know, I'm seeing it all the time. Like there's been a couple, just a few days ago, there's been this murder in Chicago of this guy from I won't say what he was involved in, but got killed on the street in front of his kid, and it's on camera, and
I've seen that video.
It's going around recently, and it's just, I see that, and it's just, I'm seeing this stuff all the time, and I feel like I'm almost like desensitized to it because I see this all the time. But it's almost like I'll get these moments where something will just hit me, like seeing that, and then just, to be honest, when I saw the footage of FBG Duck's murder, which just came out, the footage of him dying on the street was already out, but the actual moment where it's awful, these guys jump out the car and kill him, and within seconds, like, honestly, it fucked me up, because it's like, I'm thinking it's like, the dude went from standing there on the street waiting to buy clothes for his kids, and then within seconds, he's been shot like dozens of times, and he's just on the floor, and it's just like, you know, again, I'm not going to pretend I know what that's like, but I see them, like, I see that shit all the time.
Human empathy, like, on a level,
and there'll be days when it will just hit me, and I'll just be like, I'll imagine, like, it's like an intrusive thought, like, I'll imagine, like, what was it like for him to go through that? Like, what was that like? You know, I think about death all the time, and it's messed up. So, you know, what I do does come with a cost, and I'm not fully it's like on a day-to-day, I'm kind of desensitized to it, but it's like there'll be days, damn near almost PTSD, where I'll just feel like I should be driving, I'll just think of the Duck murder footage, and I'll just be like, oh, fucking hell, man, that's messed up. Or like, I'll just be like, damn, like, what would that have been like? What was he going through? Like, oh, I can't imagine that. And then I'll think about the people that killed him, like, getting life in prison. Like, I don't know, it's messed up. Like, sometimes I'll sit there and think to myself, like, what is it like? Like, I've seen so much footage of people get killed, and I've seen so much footage of people in court. The judge tells them you're getting life for murder, and you watch them, like, I've seen people in courtroom, like, pass out, like, getting like life for murder, like, pass out, scream at the judge, like, the mother's crying, and both sides of the coin's messed up. Like, just to think of somebody doing that, like you think you're doing a madness for the gang and you're killing this guy, but like you're sat there getting told by the judge, like, you're never coming home, like you're never going home, like this is your life now, you did the murder, you're going to jail forever. And your mum's crying, like you hear in the courtroom audio, like the mum breaking down crying at the back. This shit's real, you know? So it's, I don't know what it's like, but yeah, it's heavy. And you know, that's the backside of what I deal with. You know, people are like, oh, you know, you make money off all these tragedies. And it's like, well, I'm trying to tell the story and I'm trying to do it in a sensitive way, and it affects me. And I'm not saying that gives me any right to do anything one way or the other. But like, I'm trying to approach these things sensitive, and I'd like to think that like I do empathize as much as I possibly can. Like I really do put myself in them shoes, and just try and think like, the last thing I'm trying to do is glorify that lifestyle. Cause
what is your thoughts on like gang culture and that lifestyle?
I honestly think that, unfortunately, it's a symptom of a very sick and messed up society.
Thanks.
You know, these things, they're not going on in Knightsbridge or, you know, Chelsea. Yes, there's hoods in a lot of different areas in London that would be considered luxury, but these gangs and drill music, this stuff goes on in areas that have been left behind by society. Like, I don't think, again, this is why I always have sympathized with the killers as well as the people that got killed.
You have to, because you come from broken environments, and it's like when you do see these killers, it's not just their life, that they've murdered a life, they've taken a life, they've now lost their life. They've also they've ruined their mother's life, their family's lives. So it's not just one person that loses a life through a gang, like a death of a murder of someone through gangs.
Totally. And I always try and take a bit more of a broader, like, societal look at what's really going on. Like, for example, in Chicago, it's all well and good saying, oh, these gangbangers are out of control and they're all killing each other and it's lawless. But it's like, okay, but why is that happening? Well, in the 80s, they had a bunch of these big project buildings where a lot of the gangs were, and they were all kind of cohesive. And back in the 80s and the 70s, a lot of these gangs, they were like community activist movements where, you know, in a lot of cases, it's not always African Americans, but at least a lot of the drill music gangs are kind of black people. It's a situation where you've got these black communities that are essentially being treated to racism in their community, so they've got to stick together and form these groups that eventually become gangs. And because they don't really have access to the economic opportunities that maybe the whites do, they have to find other ways to sustain themselves. That's where crime comes in. And I've always just had the utmost sympathy for the people that have been placed in those circumstances, because I don't think anybody wants to be born in O Block with no money and have to sell drugs.
Exactly.
And then these guys from around the corner want to kill you because you're from this street and they're from that street, and his uncle killed his uncle, and now you're involved.
You're in a beef that you don't even want to be in.
You don't want to be anything to do with it, and then you've got to kill somebody to protect your people. You know, I've heard a lot of these situations where it's like, gangsters will be like, oh, this guy, you know, he was a killer in the gang, he killed 7 people, but he was seen as the protector in his community.
Yeah.
Like,
perspective, right?
And you got to have even sympathy for that, of just like, I don't think anybody really wants to kill somebody, even the most hardened gangster that's like, yeah, I'm the big dog, I'm the killer. Like, I don't think anybody wakes up wanting to have murder on their conscience. Like, I've never killed anybody. I don't want to know what that feels like. I don't want to take somebody out of their life. I don't want to take somebody's son away from them. But you got to have sympathy for, like, I've never been placed in a circumstance where my life or someone close to me's life's been threatened. Then maybe I would have to if I was placed in that situation. So it's like, I don't want to be placed in that situation. So I got sympathy for people that have been placed in that situation. And I think that there's so many things that I think could be done to help address the root causes of the gang violence. But unfortunately, we're living in a difficult time. You know, police funding's getting cut. A lot of the programs, youth clubs, things that are more positive in the community that might actually stop such a problem occurring before it becomes this massive war.
Right?
Those things aren't really happening. So honestly, like, obviously gangs are bad, and at the end of the day, it's like, you got to punish murder. I can't be like, oh, well, let's not punish any gang murders because they're victims of circumstance. At the end of the day, if you take a life, you got to be punished. But I do have sympathy, and I feel like the problem's just so much deeper, and I try and put that into my videos, and that's why it frustrates me when I get a lot of criticism and people are like, oh, you're glorifying the gang war, and I'm like, bro, did you even watch the video?
It.
Like,
if you watch it, you'll get the full context.
It's depressing. This is not glorious. Like, I've got the murder, then I've got the lyric, then I've got the mum crying. You know, in the FBG Duck video, I have a whole chapter where I talk about everything that his mother went through and all of the fight that she had for justice, and knowing about her son's killers being in the community and just how hard that was. And it's like, bro, I'm trying to show another side. Whereas the rapper, like, realistically, The rappers are glorifying it. They're just talking about,
Yeah, of
we shoot them
course.
up and it's great fun and it's brilliant. And I'm really trying to be the antidote to that,
Yeah.
to be honest. But anyway, I feel like this is getting, I'm mad depressing you on this date.
No,
So-
it's not. I was really interested. No, I love deep conversations with substance. I'm just loving it.
She likes it deep, yeah? I might struggle with that, actually.
But yeah, but I'll have you talking for like 10 hours if it was.
I'll talk about this 10 hours. That's what I like talking about.
Yeah,
so,
innit?
yeah,
It'll
I'm
be
not
all
even charging
night.
you for this as well.
Yeah. So this is the common correct round where it's about love, life, dating, and relationship. So I'm just going to ask you some questions.
I'm nervous.
Don't be. What makes you a man?
Getting the job done.
Yeah? Oh, he gets the job done, yeah? Okay. Getting the job
Getting
done.
the job done. Showing up. Fulfilling your duties. Whatever they may be. Just get
Yeah.
it done. Get the job done.
Yeah?
Turn up.
Turn up, show up,
Turn up. Show up. Smash it.
smash it. I like that. Have you ever cheated?
No.
That's good. What would you say is your love language?
There's certain things, isn't there? It's like touch and...
Yeah, touch, words of affirmation.
I like giving gifts.
Listen, I hope that applies in the bedroom, yeah? Love a giver. Yeah.
I don't really like receiving gifts.
Really?
I feel a bit awkward, like, it's okay, you shouldn't have. But like, I like to give gifts, or I like to treat people. I like to take people out for dinner, or a little shopping trip or something. So I'd speak the language of gift giving, but I probably like acts of service. Like I probably just like, I don't know. I just like if somebody. I'm not trying to do an Andrew Tate thing, but like if somebody cooks me dinner, and not the whole women should cook or everything, but like I really appreciate that when somebody feeds you. I think they're like, as I say with the last one, it's like as a man, I feel like your job's to get shit done. I'm not saying it's a woman's job to cook, but anything a woman can do to help you get shit done or make you feel like you like are a winner, basically, or that makes you feel like it was worthwhile. Whatever I did that day, whether it was helping her move house or doing an honest day's work to pay the bills, like I want whoever I'm with to make me feel like that was worthwhile, and that was like.
I think it's showing you the appreciation, right? Because I
Yeah.
think everyone wants to feel appreciated. So it's like, oh, you've been working all day, let me make you some dinner or something in other ways.
It's like I'm very self-motivated, but you know what? I think it's just like, even when a partner is just like, well done, like, you worked really hard, like, because I'm so hard on myself. Of like, I never feel like I'm working hard enough. I never feel like I'm doing enough. And I appreciate it if I'm with somebody and they're kind of like, you're doing a good job, like, even just something small like that.
I like that. What would you say is your toxic trait?
Just always got to put the work first.
Oh, is it?
The work and the business, like, not really even that money comes first, but sometimes it does have to. But it's just like, I got my vision, I got what I'm trying to build, and that really does always come first. If something important's going on with work, I cancel a date, or
Yeah. I guess
it's gotta
work
be
though,
done.
I think it's having your priorities straight is different.
Sometimes I feel like in life you got to take a step back and smell the roses and enjoy yourself. Spend a nice date night, dinner out. Not always be working crazy hours, but I probably lean a little bit more towards the workaholic side. So I'd say that is my toxic trait, because sometimes I feel like I should just smell the roses and like enjoy what I've got going on. But I'm always thinking about the next thing, bigger, better. And that's not always easy when you're with someone.
Do you go on many dates?
Not that many. I feel like I was saying to you earlier, like after I had a breakup, I was trying to get on lots of dates and then I wasn't enjoying them. So then at a certain point I kind of pulled back and I was like, let me not do this because I'm not even enjoying this. I'd rather focus on what I got going on, my business, my life, getting to the next level where I'm at. But then slowly I sort of returned to the dating market and I was a little bit more discerning about the people I would date, rather than just trying to date anyone and then not really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Just maybe building a bit more of a vibe first. I was always on that thing of just like, let's just cut to the chase and go for a date and then see if we like each other. But then often I'd go out and be like, I do not like you. So now I'm a bit more like, let me see if there's a vibe first. Okay, we'll get a bit of
Before you
talking
commit to
stage
time.
and then maybe we'll see if there's a date.
If we're going on a date, where are you taking me?
I knew the answer, but I don't want to say it because I feel like it's just not going to sound. It's not going to sound how I want it to sound. But I like dinner dates.
Yeah?
I like a nice restaurant. Not the nicest restaurant, but not Nando's.
Yeah.
But like something, not a chain, like a nice little Italian or something.
Nice.
I like dinner. Honestly, I just love going out for dinner. I'm gassed to go out for dinner. Like when I was going on dates and not enjoying them, in my head I was kind of like, at least I'm out for dinner though. This is lit.
Yeah.
Even if she's awful, she's terrible, but this dinner is lit.
Yeah. Listen, my man ain't even taking me on a date. He just wants to go for dinner. Okay.
So it's like the dinners for me. Honestly, like I don't know. Some girls don't like to go out for a date for a dinner date. Sometimes it's too much because it's like you got to sit, it's awkward. You got someone like me asking you what your goals are and shit. But it's like I'm just gassed to be out for dinner, even if she's awful. So
Yeah. Have you got game?
nah.
No? I think you're a good game.
I'm kind of goofy. I'm just me.
Yeah.
I don't really. I feel like game is like you're trying. Game is
Yeah.
like you're turning on a game. It's like artificial. I'm just me. I'm honestly a bit weird. So I don't think I've got any game. People have told me I don't have game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So what would you do to get a woman's attention if you liked the look of her on a night out or wherever?
Just like make eye contact, and if I catch a little glimpse, maybe go and say hello, introduce myself. But again, like I'm kind of goofy. Like I feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like those sorts of scenarios are a losing game anyway. Because I feel like you'd never catch me at a bar trying to catch eyes with a girl. I'm not really on that. And like, them, if you're talking about like being in the club, trying to attract a girl in the club, it's all peacocking and standing on the table with the bottles, and that's not me. So you wouldn't really catch me trying to do that. But like, I just keep it simple. If I saw a girl I like and I wanted to speak to her, I would just try and naturally find a way over and talk to her. But I don't know, some guys have been moving weird with approaching women, trying to approach every girl on a night out, like
everyone,
like with the little negging or the little stories, or like asking girls like, I don't know, saying weird shit to girls about their. I don't know. I'm not on that at all. Like I just feel like if it's not natural, I'm not trying to do it.
What's a red flag to you?
A girl that is too in the moment, like a girl that doesn't think about the future, is not thinking about where she wants to be in a few years' time, the life she's trying to build. People that are just living for the now. Yeah, it does often come in hand with the alcohol party and YOLO.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to YOLO. I mean, I know that like you do only live once, but then also it's like, that's why you got to be careful. You only got one life.
For
you know
real.
what I mean? Not trying to be YOLO and then you only live once and then you're not alive anymore. But
For real.
I would say like, I don't know, people doing too much. People like, I mean, I've had another red flag I would say is like ungrateful.
Yes.
I'm not trying to get my ass kissed everywhere I go. I don't want you don't need to be gassed over the littlest thing I do. But at the same time, like if I treat a girl to dinner, if I buy a girl flowers, like I feel like they should be grateful. I hate when you meet girls that are very entitled. I mean, I met a girl a while ago. This is going to sound so bad. But like I met a girl a while ago and I was talking with my mate, talking about watches. We're talking about, oh yeah, I like Rolexes, like they're cool, I quite like watches. And she's like, oh, I only like Patek Philippe's. I'm just like, dead that. You're talking about you only like Patek Philippe's. You'd be lucky to get Seiko off me. You know what I mean? Trying to buy a girl Patek Philippe, crazy.
Right, okay, so this is the assumption round. So just before the date, we had to write down assumptions of each other. So mine were, but before I tell you, I actually had a really nice time. It's been nice getting to know you. I think you've got a really interesting career path. And I feel like, yeah, I think you're great, basically.
Thanks. I think you're great, you know. It's been really nice to talk to you.
Thank you. So I said that you were nerdy, probably a keyboard warrior, and a bit weird and awkward.
I'd say that's pretty accurate, to be honest, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like I've been kind of harsh on you, to be honest.
Oh, no.
I feel like I'll take it back, but I'll say, I wrote 5 down.
Yeah.
They're not all bad.
Remember a scroll?
I'll say the good ones first. Mm-hmm. Sophisticated.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'd say that's still true. Traditional.
Yeah.
You seem quite traditional. Not in a bad way. Not necessarily in the Andrew Tate kind of way, but
Yeah,
like,
right balance.
Yeah. Bougie.
Really?
Yeah.
Bougie? Me? I don't even have a watch, you know.
You seem kind of bougie. You seem kind of like you like the finer things. That's not a bad thing, but also, again, you know, Patek Philippe's a bit.
Yeah, that was on me.
No, but you know what I mean. Bougie. Yeah. So I don't know. Is
You
that
put me in
accurate?
that category.
That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
I feel like you give off that energy, not in a bad way, but just kind of like, you know, you make yourself look good. Like you're making the effort.
Thank
So
Oh yeah, I'll say thank you. Give you okay.
I did say I felt like you were probably a bit picky.
Oh yeah, no, I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like you got to be.
Yeah.
And not just in dating, you know what I mean? I feel like to have a rich life, not just in money, but like you got to have high standards. You know what I mean? You can't put up with too much.
Yeah.
Too much bullshit.
That's me. Well,
The last thing,
there's more.
the last one, I wrote 5. The last one, I'm not sure if this is true, but this is probably the one that's going to get me in the most trouble. High maintenance.
yeah, no, I am far from.
Is that accurate?
No.
No?
I'm really. I don't paint my nails. Like, yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm just about to brush my hair. Yeah, no, I'm far from high maintenance.
Well, I was wrong. You know, I had some assumptions.
Yeah,
And,
exactly, it's an
you've
assumption.
broken them. So
Yeah, well, I've had a really good time today. So thank you for coming. And cheers.
cheers, appreciate you. I feel like I came correct. Like I don't feel like I came incorrect, but I don't really know what coming correct is. But I don't know. I feel like it was alright. I feel like she could give me like a light 7.5 maybe. To be honest, she's a really nice girl, man. I had a really good time. Classy, good conversation. I'd probably give her a 9. Might pump that up to a 10 if she maybe listens to a bit of Young Boy. She's got to do her homework.
Guys, I can't lie. I had a really good time. I did get lost in the sauce a little in the conversation because you know me, love a deep conversation. But I feel like it comes with all the perks that I want in life. Like I love rap, I love music, and I like the fact that he's a bit like nerdy. So for that, I'm going to give him a 9. And yes, he did come correct.